Welcome everyone to episode 3 of Pixel Pals with me, the Yorkshire Gamer, and
RetroSega81. Hi guys.
How are we doing? I hope we're all well. Apologies from me first of all, Dylan, for the delay in episode 3. Obviously, I was on holiday. Yeah, I was on holiday and then I got really ill. So yeah, but hopefully, good things come to those who wait. So hopefully, this is going to be a good episode for everyone. But yeah, what have you been up to? Up to much in the last 3 weeks?
The main thing is just the game room in the pub. To be honest, I've not been playing a lot of games. I started playing Heavy Rain as per the last episode, and obviously I was texting you about the traumatic bits at the beginning, which I'm not going to ruin anything just in case people haven't played it yet. But let's just say about an hour and a half in, something pretty traumatic happens, and I'm like, oh man, but it's exactly how you described it. Like the anxiety that you feel in the character, just the way that the motion is of the camera, the sound effects. It was exactly like you basically described it to me, and I'm like, oh, it's good. So I'm trying to get back to that. But I have actually also recently started playing LMA Manager 2002 again. Yeah. And it is, it's literally just taken over my life. I've got it actually sitting right beside me as well at the minute. But I'm like back in hooked at it. And I'm just like, I can't stop playing it. So it's literally what I've been playing. That's the 2 games I've been playing. And then between that and watching a couple of old movies, that's about it. But what about yourself? Is there anything that you've been playing or any shout outs or anything?
Yeah, well, yeah. So like I said, like the reason for the initial delay for the podcast was because I went on holiday, and we went to Flamborough, which is like a Yorkshire seaside town near Scarborough, and we took the dog. First time we've ever taken the dog on holiday, and we went. Yeah, so it was like how's this going to turn out? He's only 2 years old. He's a French bulldog. And we got there on Monday, and weather was like beautiful. It was like really nice, and like, yes, this is going to be great. And we'd only booked Monday to Friday, and literally the next day, I opened the curtains, and literally it looked like the sky had just opened up and just went, "Fuck off!" With all the rain. No. It was absolute rain, sopping wet. I was like, "Oh, great!" So I thought, you know what, we'll try and make the most of it, and then I had to take the dog out for a walk every single morning, as you do. But we found out that he doesn't like to do his business, as in number 2s, unless he's in our back garden. So we were taking him out. He was still eating the same amount of food, but then
nothing coming out.
He got to Wednesday, and he was literally a ticking time bomb, and was just like, and it was still chucking it down. So we decided to come back on Wednesday. We're just like, yeah, this isn't great, and yeah, I don't want to upset the dog. But yeah, I ended up getting ill off the back of it. I think it was too many walks in the rain, not being properly prepared, because I didn't take a coat or anything like an idiot. I took like a really thin hoodie, so I just got soaked.
Was the weather meant to be okay when you were away then, or did it just actually turn, or were you expecting it to be better? I take it.
Yeah. So it weren't scheduled to rain. Forecast to rain. So we was absolutely gutted, because like we planned to go on like really long dog walks, because there's like lots of scenery and countryside, and in Flamborough there's like loads of cliffs, and you can see all the seals that have come.
Cool.
Like mating season and stuff like that. Not that I wanted to watch seals having sex, but I guess it would be a bonus. But it didn't turn out as it should have. So yeah, we came home, and then I got ill. I got like a viral infection, like all in my chest and my face, and
seems like you got hit with that pretty bad as well. Obviously, I've been texting you back and forward and stuff, but it seemed like it was quite a bad one that you caught, to be fair.
Yeah, well, the missus, she had something similar a few weeks before, and it wiped her out for like 3 weeks. She were off work for like 2 weeks. Yeah, it was really bad. So I think I've probably just caught it off her, and obviously with the rain and stuff, it just added to it.
You have to remember it's man flu too, so I mean, come on, it's always going to be worse. It is always going to be touch and go. Exactly.
But yeah, in terms of like playing games and stuff, I managed to get a new platinum trophy.
Oh, nice. What was it?
Do you want to have a guess? It's what I play to relax.
Oh, what was it again? Oh, what was it? It was simulator. What's it called again? The Power Wash.
Yeah, Power Wash Simulator. Yeah.
Nice. Was that you finished it? Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it.
Jeez.
Some of the levels took ages. Like you were saying about the playground level, you know, and it was just massive. There's like a subway station, like a full-on subway station.
Oh right, jeez.
There's like a temple. There's some crazy ones. But yeah, I finished it on the weekend, and I had to do some like challenge trophies. So you had to like clean the van in less than 3 minutes, or the golf cart in less than a minute, and stuff like that. So I thought I'll leave those till last because they're going to be more challenging. But I managed to do them pretty easily. Yeah. So
how many hours did it take you to platinum then? Do you think? Do you know roughly how long you've taken?
I think it said I've been playing it for 50 hours.
It's not too bad. I thought it would be at least double that. The time it was taking me to get past certain levels.
Thing is, though,
like I spent 50 hours on one level.
Thing is, though, if I did 50 hours of cleaning in the house, yeah, I think the missus would be more happy. But yeah, I spent 50 hours pretending to clean things in a virtual world. She's not too pleased about that. So yeah, I finished that. So I decided to go back onto Ghost of Tsushima, and
oh yeah,
I was really worried about going back to it because I've literally not played it since I think January. I got it for Christmas, and I got pretty far, like midway through January. And then I went on Power Wash Simulator, and yeah, I thought I'm gonna forget all the controls, and I'm like halfway through the game as well. So it's kind of important that you know, like your muscle memory for like doing certain tasks and stuff. But yeah, I picked it up pretty quick, which I was really relieved about because I quite enjoyed playing it. So
I liked it. I thought it was really good, but I know what you mean. I find that as a struggle with certain games that if you play them, you enjoy them, and say, like you say, you get halfway through and go and jump onto something else. Like I've not been back to Dying Light 2 yet, and I've got the same fear that if I go back to it, I'm going to be sitting here like, oh, what do I do? What's the moves, or what's the buttons again for certain things, and then it just gets to the stage where I probably won't even ever go back to it because I'll probably at the minute I'm now obsessed with LMA Manager anyway, and I'm hopefully going to be sourcing LMA Manager 2007. I messaged Jim and asked him if he had a copy, and he's like, I've not got one, but I'll source you one. He literally the next day sent me a video and he had got one. So hopefully when I see him, so that's Jim at Barrowland Retro Games, by the way, everyone. If you don't already follow him, get following him, and check out his shop in the Barras in Glasgow as well, because it's awesome. But I think he's going to be coming through at the end of the week, so I'll have to see what goodies he's going to have. I've got a few stuff for him, so. I've never played 2007, so I played a little bit at the beginning of it, and then I actually had it, and I've lost the disc. I don't know what I've done with it, and no doubt I'll probably find it once Jim's got me a copy. So I'm going to have 2 copies.
Yeah, Jim is such a sweet guy, you know. Like I've never like actually met him, but you know I've talked to him over like WhatsApp and TikTok and that. But he's such a lovely guy, you know. Yeah.
He is. Honestly, I say it to Charlene all the time. He is the nicest guy you could ever meet. Like the first time I met him, he just dropped into my live, I think, and we just like started talking. And then he had said, "Oh, I've got some Sega stuff in that," and I had I'm sure I had like old Wii games and a bundle of old stuff. And he's like, "Oh, I'll come through and get it." And he just nipped through in his van, and he was literally at my house for like an hour and a half. We just like were speaking about retro gaming stuff and loads of things. And he gave me like so much stuff, and some like quite rare stuff as well that I've never even knew existed, like a PS2 mouse. I don't even know if you know that's such a thing, but it's still boxed and everything. Yeah, it's not even been out of the box. And he's like, "Oh, I've brought this for you. I've brought wait, I think I've actually got it somewhere in here. Like the official PS2 like box wired controllers and everything, which I've not opened. I've purposely not opened it.
Don't open that.
But yeah, he gave me like a mouse. He gave me a pile of Mega CD games and everything, eh? So I was like, the next time I saw him, I gave him like a big pile of stuff, and I made sure that he got like a good deal out of it. So yeah, we just go back and forward now, eh? Every sort of couple of months, I'll either go through and see him with a bag of goodies, or he'll maybe come through to see me with a bag of goodies. But yeah, he's genuinely the nicest guy ever. Like, you could talk to him for hours, and he's just so laid back. He's got some cool stories as well, because obviously he's quite a big part of the Barras as well, like the music scene for it. And he was telling me some of the stories. Obviously, there's big bands that have played the Barras and still play them now. And yeah, it's just some of the stories were brilliant. It had me like actually in tears. Eh? But yes, he's honestly the nicest guy ever.
Yeah, I've never been to Scotland, but if I do, I'd definitely pop into a shop, and maybe to your new man cave as well.
Yeah, we'll get a pint. You can show me how to properly drink a pint of Guinness. I'll have the Guinness in for you.
Nice one. Well, yeah, I thought it'd be good to. I know that we've been doing 2 truths, 1 lie, so I thought it might be good for us to. Well, I know that in the previous episode as well, you've been giving us some admissions as to what you've not played and things like that. You've upset a lot of people by doing so, I must say. But yeah, I thought we'd mix it up a bit, and we could do a game called I Have Never Played. So it's like the drinking game.
Yeah, I like it.
But yeah, basically, we'll both have 3 games that we say I have never played this game, and then it's down to the other person to figure out if it's true or false. Sound good?
Sounds good to me. Yep, it does indeed.
Cool. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I can go first. Do you want to do? I'll do one. You do one, or do you want to do all 3 of mine? Or?
Yeah, take it in turns. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So obviously we've got 3 of them here. I'm not going to tell you which ones, how many truths and how many falses, so you don't have a clue. But the first game I have never played is Minecraft.
Minecraft. I've got a feeling that's true, just because I think it was on the last episode I said that I'd been to see the Minecraft movie, and I'm pretty sure you said that you'd not played it.
Okay, so do you want to know the answer now, or do you want to find out at the end how many out of 3 you got? How do you want to do it?
Yeah, should we do it at the end? I think that'll.
We'll see how many out of 3. So right, okay, that's the first one. I'm not going to say nothing, because then you might be able to tell if I'm telling the truth or lying.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
you'll not know any. So right, on you go. You can go for your one, and I'll try and guess this time.
Okay. I've never played any of the Fallout games.
Now, I think this is true, because I'm sure I've spoke to you about Fallout before, but I don't know if you've said that you've never played all of them, or if there was only certain ones.
Quite a few Fallout games.
Yeah, I love the Fallout games. Like even the very first one, which was like the turn-based mouse one on the PC. The second one as well was brilliant. I'm going to say that's true. I've got a funny feeling you haven't played them. I'm going to say that's true. You've not played any of the Fallout games. I'm going to say there.
Okay.
Okay, so my second one is I have never played Half-Life.
Half-Life. Is it Half-Life? Is that mainly PC, or is it?
So it was PC, and I think it was also out on the 360 as well. But I think it was predominantly, like, it was known for the PC game of it, and then it came out on the 360. It might have come out on other consoles, but obviously there was a 360 version that I maybe had, or I maybe didn't have.
Okay. Half-Life. You've never played it. I've got no idea. I'm going to go on a whim, and I'm going to say that's true as well.
Right, okay.
My second one, I have never played Ratchet and Clank.
Right. I've never actually played them either here, which I'm not surprised. Probably a lot of people with the games that I've not played. Surely you've played that, because I know there's quite a lot of PS2 games on that, but I don't actually know. Is there Ratchet and Clank on PS1?
No, I think it first came out on PS2.
Was it on PS2? Right.
Was it PS? Yeah, PS2. It could be PS3.
If it had been out on PS1, I would have probably said you definitely would have played it. I'm going to say you've not played it. I'm going to say that's true as well, that you've not played Ratchet and Clank. Right, I'm going that as well. Okay. So my last one is I have never played Mass Effect.
Mass Effect. So yeah, Mass Effect, that came out on 360, didn't it? And then it was PS3 as well, but you've never played a PS3, so it must have been on Xbox.
I've not played. Yep, never played. Still never played one.
Mass Effect. On Xbox 360, with Mass Effect, I know there's 1, 2, and 3. Were they all released like separately on Xbox 360? Do you know? Or...
Yeah, so it didn't come out like as all together. There was the first one came out, and then it was like years later. The next one, I think there was 3, if I remember correctly. I think there was 3 in total on the 360. I could be wrong, but that's what I remember. There was 3 of them.
So I know, I know on PS3, there was only 2 released, and then they'd never released. Oh, which one were it? I think it was the 3rd one they never released separately. You had to buy the box set trilogy in order to play the 3rd one. So I was wondering if that was the same for Xbox. All right.
I'm not sure now that you've said that. I thought there was 3, but maybe you're right. Maybe that was on Xbox like that as well.
I'm not sure. I've got the trilogy on PS3, but to be fair, I've never played them either. But I did.
Have you not? No.
No, I did pick them up with the intention to play them. Okay. Can I ask as well? Is at least one of these false?
Maybe. I'm not telling you.
All right. Okay. All right.
Maybe no.
So they could you could be true in all of them, or it could be false in all of them, or okay, that's fair. Okay. That's just me trying to be cheeky. All right. So you've never played Mass Effect.
For that. I've not had a drink yet, so you can't catch me out on that one.
I've never played Mass Effect. I think that's false. I think you might have played that.
Okay. So I'll let you do your one. I'll tell you the results at the end.
Okay. I have never played the first Siphon Filter.
First one. See, I'm now thinking, sure you've played that, because that was on PS1. I know there's Siphon Filter 1, 2, and 3. Siphon Filter. But then mind you in saying that, because there's a lot of games that you've got, like you've said, and you've maybe not actually played them. I would think you've definitely got that game.
Yeah, I've got all 3 of them. Yeah.
I would think that's got to be a game that you would have played. So I think that's false. I think you've played that. I think you must have played that, the first one. Because you've been quite specific to say the first one as well. I think that's to try and throw me off. Because you wouldn't play like the second or third one and not play the first one. I don't think. Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to say that's false. I'm going to say you have played that game.
Okay. So, do you want to reveal if I got them all right or if I got any wrong?
So out of 3, you got all 3 right. So you got it spot on. Yeah, spot on. So I've never played Minecraft. My daughter got right into it for a little while. She absolutely loved watching it and everything. We went to Scottish Comic Con and she played it on, because they had computers and stuff out. We bought it for her Switch for her Christmas and she's never even touched it. So it's still sitting in the box. But yeah, I've never played it. I've seen it being played, but never played it. Half-Life as well. I actually did buy that on the 360, I'm sure. And I just never got around to playing it. It was at the time where there was like, you could buy Xbox 360 games really cheap for like £2 and £3. You were getting them from, I can't remember what the online shop was called. It was like like a love film type thing. It wasn't love film, but it was like that.
Yeah.
Play.com and all them.
Yeah.
And I bought like loads of 360 games, and that was there, and I just never got around to playing it. And Mass Effect, I have played. I played Mass Effect 1 and 2. I've not played the third one, but I loved Mass Effect. I thought it was like brilliant. I've only played through it once, so I always meant to go back to it, but the hours it takes, or it did take me to get through it, I've just never. I'll probably have the time to do it once the kids move out. That'll be the time I get to play it again. But yeah, spot on. 3 out of 3 you got. Well done.
Yeah, I've heard loads of like really good things about Mass Effect, and that's the reason I picked the trilogy up. I got it from CX probably about nearly 2 years ago now, but yeah, I picked it up with the intention to play them. I know it's like a collector's thing as well, but I was like, I really want to play them because like, I've heard so much good stuff about it. But yeah, I just never got around. I think it's because it's on PS3 as well. So like before, it'd be a pain in the arse having to plug up PS3 up and all that. But now I've got Man Cave, it might be a bit easier to get on it. So maybe I should get on it.
Yeah, definitely try it. If you like these sort of games where it is like an adventure game, obviously you're in your spaceship, you move from planet to planet, different missions, and obviously decisions you make in the game with certain bits of dialogue and that can push the story certain ways. And I mean, I've not played it for a long time, but I remember the graphics and everything being really good on it, and the gameplay being really good. Like the fighting, shooting mechanics and everything being really good as well. But again, it's been years and years since I've played it. But I do remember like really enjoying it, and I remember being gutted when I finished the first one because that was it finished. And I just so enjoyed that game. And it was the same with the second one as well. So yeah, I would recommend it if you like the type of games. You'll definitely enjoy it. Like,
sweet, nice one. All right, yeah. So out of the 3 that I've never played, you got all of them correct as well.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
is that we've both done that?
I know. Yeah, Fallout. Yeah, I've not played any of them. I've got Fallout 3 and 4. I've got. Is it New Vegas as well?
Yeah, New Vegas. Yeah,
I've got them. I've just never got around to playing them. But again, I've heard great things, so I don't know why I've not. I've even got a sealed copy of Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition.
Nice.
It came as like a bundle with The Last of Us Part 2. I was after a sealed copy of The Last of Us Part 2, and I think for The Last of Us Part 2 it was 20 quid, or to get Fallout with it as well, I think it was like 25 quid, and they're both sealed. I thought,
you know, that's worth it.
Maybe I'll play it, and then, but I just kept it sealed. Yeah, Ratchet and Clank. I've not played any of them. Any of the Ratchet games.
I've not.
There's loads of them as well.
And loads of people always ask me about them. Like, have you played Ratchet and Clank? Have you got Ratchet and Clank? I don't even have it on the PS2. I don't think I do anyway. But yeah, it looks like it's something that would be pretty cool to play. But I don't know if I've just maybe missed the boat with it. And I'm just like, I don't know if I ever would go and play it. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't mind playing the newest one on PS5. That looks really good. Like, but I think the old ones I'm probably not too fussed about. I don't know. And yeah, Siphon Filter. Yeah, I've played that. Setting people on fire with a taser. That's probably the highlight.
Have you played all of them? I've only ever played the first one. I've never played the second or third one, really.
I've played the first and second one. I've not played the third one, but I do have them all. But yeah, the last time I played them, apart from like on the handhelds and stuff, yeah, I'm talking 20 plus years ago. Long time ago.
Jeez. Could be one to revisit.
Right then. What was that?
I said it could be one to revisit at some point. Try and play the trilogy.
Yeah, sorry you cut out a bit there. Yeah, definitely. Like, I did enjoy the first one. The only thing that I didn't quite like about the first one was whoever designed the architecture in the buildings. So you go into a building, but it's in like a labyrinth, like going around all the corridors. You're just like, who designed this building? When you walk into a building, it's not like a like a maze.
A maze type thing, eh? Yeah.
Crazy. Excellent. Yeah, that was pretty good. That. So
Yeah.
let's see what we come up with next time. But we've got some questions next. So 2 of them I think we came up with, and then we've got a guest appearance as well, or a
nice.
A nice little question from one of our listeners. So we'll go with the first one, which is, what was the hardest game for you to get 100% on, either Platinum or Xbox? You know, the Xbox ones.
So, I haven't actually platinumed a lot of games. Like, even though, like, back in the day when it was Xbox, I did try and get, like, as many of the, like, achievements and everything that I could. But the ones that I did get, like the 1,000 or platinums like that, were all quite easy ones, to be fair, and that's why I picked the games. So, I don't know if it's a bit of a cheat, but this is probably that one that I did complete 100%, and it did take an absolute age for me. It was actually Simpsons Hit and Run. So I done that on stream as well. So it was years ago now, probably about maybe 3 years ago, was it? Or maybe even more. Was it 3? And I started playing it, and then some people in the streams, because again, it was on TikTok, had said, oh, you should try and like 100% platinum it. And by the time I finished the game, I had obviously done most of the main missions. There was some side ones. I thought, right, I'll start doing the side missions. And then I started doing the racing ones. And then I started trying to unlock all the like costumes. And then over time, I was like, I'm pretty close to actually getting this 100%. And then obviously you had to get like the bees, cameras and everything like that, all the locations of them. And I was like, I'm going to try and do it. And it took months and months and months and months and months. And in the end, I had to actually Google where some of these like bee cameras were, because I just couldn't find them. I just could not find them. And even then, like, you got pictures online of where they were, and I still couldn't find them. I was like, where are they? And I remember the very last one that took me ages to get was the one where, I can't remember what level it is. I think it's maybe level 2 or 1. And it's where there's the bridge that where Barney sits at the petrol station to going across to where, like, what's his name? Like, what's his name again? Like the Yoko guy.
Cletus.
That's it, Cletus. I couldn't remember his name.
Cletus.
Where they are, and it's the bridge, and you've got to walk up the side of the bridge, jump up, and then like walk really slowly to get across to get to it. And oh man, it took me forever to get it. But yeah, that's the main one that jumps to mind, because I didn't really platinum a lot of games, and like I say, the ones I did platinum were like stuff like King Kong and Avatar, which were the really easy ones to do, and that was the only reason I picked them up.
No, that's a really good one. Yeah, like Simpsons Hit and Run, like I really enjoy it, but I don't think I would have the patience to do all of that. And the fact that you did it on stream as well, like, you know, you're going to be like proper patient, aren't you? And like,
well, even like the last level of that game, like the final sort of race, or whatever you want to call it, 2.5 hours. It just keep redoing it until I finally did it, and it was insane. And that was on stream as well. And I remember it. I think it was like a Friday night. And it was about 12:30, 1 in the morning, and I'm like, I am not going to my bed until I've done this. And I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and then I finally got it, and I was like, oh, so happy. But yeah, 2.5 hours to try and get that final mission done. I just couldn't do it. And then it was like, the more I was playing it, the more pressure, like obviously being on live doing it, and I just couldn't do it. And then obviously when I finally did do it, it was like euphoria. I'd finally done it. I was so happy.
No, yeah, I'd be pretty chuffed if I were to say I've got 100% on Hit and Run. It's like, it's a big game as well, isn't it? It's like a really big game. Yeah.
I've still got the save there as well, because on my memory card I was like, that ain't ever getting deleted. No chance. I've got that save sitting there.
No,
100%.
Need to put it in a safe or something.
Definitely. What's your one then? What you got there? You're going to have quite a list to pick from, I would surely think.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's like 230 something platinums, but like I said previously, about half of them are just nothing trophies, if you know what I mean. It's just ones that I paid 50p or a quid for and popped it in 3 minutes. But I went onto PSN Profiles, which is it's like a website where you can track your trophies, and it gives you like a breakdown of like how many people in the world have that trophy, and what trophies to go for next if you're playing certain games and stuff. So I went on there today and had a quick look to see what the rarest platinum is that I've achieved. And it was Until Dawn Rush of Blood on PlayStation VR. And the amount of people who've got the game and have earned the platinum is 1.42% of people who are on the game. And then it goes even further, and it tells you how many people actually have the platinum. And in the world, there's 1,412 people that have that platinum trophy. And I'm one of them. But
that's mental.
The question was, what was the hardest game? And for me, that I didn't find it too hard. There were basically you've got to complete the I think the hardest trophy to get on Until Dawn Rush of Blood is you've got to complete the game from beginning to end without dying. And I think you've got to put it on the hardest difficulty as well. But I cheated, because what I would do is I would save the game, then put like the save file on cloud storage, and then I'd go to the next level. If I died, I would just download that cloud save and start again. So I just
right. But you still got it though. That's just using your initiative. That's all that is.
It was cheeky. But yeah, I think the hardest, the one that I felt like this is really hard, this is taking forever, is a game called Prey on the PS4.
Oh yeah, I only played a little bit of that, but I remember that being like really a difficult game. Like,
yeah, like some of the trophies, like it means you have to complete the game like 5 times in total, and it's quite a big game as well. And yeah, you've basically you can unlock like human abilities or alien abilities as you progress through the game. Like you get these like shots that you inject, and it gives you like the option to, you can either enhance your human abilities, or you can have some alien abilities which make you kind of like a hybrid type creature. So there's one playthrough where you've got to only get the human abilities. Then there's one playthrough where you've got to only have alien abilities. And then I think there's a playthrough where you have a mixture of both. And then there's also a playthrough where you've got to keep everybody alive on the ship, because you go around like rescuing people and stuff. Then there's one where you've got to murder everybody. There's like loads of different like weird combinations that you've got to do. And I think I did like 5 playthroughs altogether.
Jeez.
But I really enjoyed it though as well. Like, I know a lot of people give it a bit of stick and a bit of hate, but I really enjoyed it. And there's like as I learned further on, you get this like gun, and it shoots like putty that like expands, and you can use it to like climb walls, like like stepping stones. So there's parts where you can like literally just like skip half the game, which I didn't realize until like my 3rd or 4th playthrough.
Right.
But yeah, it's I think that's probably the hardest one that I've had to. Yeah, that I feel is the hardest one that I've achieved. But yeah,
Because that's a slog as well when you've got ones like that where you've got to finish the game like multiple times as well. So probably like when it's a long game, when you get to like the 3rd playthrough, you're probably just like, oh, I've still got like 2 more of this to go away. But by that point, you're already so committed, you're as well to keep going, and that's the thing, eh? So I don't know if I could ever do that, like multiple playthroughs of the same game. There's not many games that I've played and then like finished multiple times. There's not, and even like a game that I've really enjoyed, so just like a random one, just say like Spider-Man Miles Morales or something like that, that I would finish it, and I always meant to be like, right, I'm going to go back and do all the side missions and all these bits, and I never did. Even with like GTA and like Red Dead Redemption and that. I thought, right, once I finish the game, so I want to see where it finishes and what happens, I'll just go back and I'll explore and I'll do some of the side missions and just do bits and pieces like that. And I never ever did. I would just find the next game I wanted to play, and then that was me. So yeah, that's dedication. If you've played through that 5 times, as how big that game is as well.
Yeah, like you say, I think it's hard in it, like, especially once you've completed the story. Like, what I usually do is I'll complete the story. I'll not look at the trophies, and then once I've completed it, I'll have a look through and see if there's any that I can maybe just go back and clean up, whether it's like through level select or if I really enjoyed it, I'll just play it again and try and get everything. But yeah, sometimes you're just like, no, I'm not doing that.
It's not going to happen.
Cool. Right, this next question is from a listener called Shivers. I think you know Shivers.
I do, yeah. He's an absolute legend. He's honestly one of the nicest guys ever.
Yeah.
And he's like super supportive, like jumping in streams and that as well. So yeah, shout out to Shivers because he is an absolute legend. Him, Matt, and Blue, the 3 of them. It's like the three amigos.
Yeah. Like with Shivers, like when I was streaming on Twitch before TikTok, he used to jump in all the time, and I was doing like a Metal Gear Solid marathon. So I started on Metal Gear Solid 1, then 2, then 3. Then I was playing 4, and then we were in the process of moving out, so I packed everything away. I said, I'll get back to it at some point. Then I went to Gulliver's Valley, or it's called Gulliver's Kingdom everywhere else, but one near us, it's called Gulliver's Valley. And I was walking through like the canteen cafeteria bit, and I heard Yorkshire Gamer. I was like, what the hell is that? And he goes, "You're right, mate." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right." And like, I didn't know who it was. He goes, "It's Shivers."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Fucking hell, Shivers, you're right."
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like weird because like that was like the first time that anybody's ever called me out in public. Yorkshire Gamer.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So we got a picture, and yeah, I kept bumping into him like funny, like, "Oh, you're right, mate, you're right." And we saw him again on my art as well. But yeah, like you say, such a nice guy, and like real down to earth, and he does like some really early morning Twitch streams as well. So he's playing Days Gone at the minute, which is really good.
Nice. Yes, he's honestly the nicest guy. So, like I say, like him, Matt as well, and Blue. They're like honestly so supportive and stuff. And see, even that I got such a nice letter from Matt as well, just to sort of jump story a wee bit. When was it now? About maybe 6 months ago, and he knew that I had always been looking to get Rock and Roll Racing on the Mega Drive because it was a game I used to play like all the time. And he messaged me and he's like, "Oh, I've got a like a little gift through for you," and I was like, "Oh, right, okay." And that's what he actually got for me. And he sent that to me. Now it's not a cheap game, and he wrote me this like really nice letter, and it was just like basically saying, like, "I want to thank you for like being like so nice to me and for letting us into your streams, and through you I've met like really good friends, which is Shivers and Blue, and like the 3 of them have went away to like wrestling things together, and they said we never would have met each other if it hadn't been for like dropping into your streams and that."
Oh wow!
And I was like, honestly, I was like, I was like, I don't get emotional with stuff and that. It's like a running joke in our house whenever we watch sad movies and stuff. I never cry at them or anything like that. But it was just like, it was so heartfelt. Even thinking about it now, I'm just like, you don't think of that side of it a lot of the time. I just went on and played games, and like because they're like such nice guys as well. I mean, I've played like Fortnite and everything with Blue and stuff as well. And again, they went to like a gaming thing. When was it now? It was a good couple of months ago, and then they just randomly said, "Oh, we've sent you something," and I'm like, "Don't send me stuff, eh?" And they had got like a couple of PS2 games. There was a couple of Master System games, and then Blue, and I instantly knew it was him that had sent me it. Put an England flag and a DVD. What was it now? It was like the England something or other, eh? And I knew that was him because he always winds me up, obviously, with me being Scottish, eh? And it's just like little things like that I'm just like, Oh yeah, I mean I've never met them. I want to meet them. I'm going to have to try and like if they're ever up this way or if I'm ever down that way, 100%. Like would love to meet up with them. But they're just genuinely the three of them are honestly the nicest guys ever. So supportive, and it's just brilliant seeing them all together as well. They sent me like pictures of them together and stuff, and I was like, it's so cool. It's just cool to see it. But yeah. I went a bit of a tangent there, but yeah, Shivers, like I say, Shivers, Matt and Blue. If you are listening, by the way, they're absolute legends because they truly are. They're like the nicest guys ever. Like,
yeah, I think we need more people like that in the world, don't we? Like, yeah, definitely.
I think so, and that's it as well, and that's I think that's I sort of spoke on Marv podcast like Champion the Gamer about that as well because you do get the bad side of like social media and like especially TikTok get a bad rap with like people and trolls and all that sort of thing. Touch wood, I've been pretty lucky with it. I don't really get it, and if I do, I either just block them or just ignore it. It doesn't really bother me. I know they would never say it to my face in public, so why would I bother about it? Like if it was in a comments or a video or whatnot. But I think a lot of people do get more focused on the negative side of it, and I'm like, why? There's so much good to it. Like I would never have met you, and obviously like Tony, Super Lit Gaming, Retrobite, GPS Darko, Jamie, El Mundo, and all they guys. I would never would have met you guys if it wasn't for TikTok. And then hopefully, I mean, how often we've said it on our WhatsApp group. When are we going to all get together at one time? I would love it, but we've just still never managed to do it. But hopefully one day we do. And if we try somewhere, like how good is that going to be? And like I said, we never have crossed paths any other way. But yeah, you've just got to take it for what it is, and I think that's like brilliant. And now, just for seeing more retro gaming pages and stuff come up on TikTok. Because I don't know if you noticed it as well. Like when we first came on TikTok, I didn't think there was a lot of retro gaming stuff, especially in the UK. A lot of the accounts I followed and I saw was American accounts. You know, like Mikey Loves Retro and all they guys. There was very few UK ones like yourself, Daniel Games, Jamie with like GPS Darko. They were the main couple that I spoke to at the very beginning, and then it wasn't until I started speaking to like Tony, and then obviously met like Retrobite sort of through him and stuff, and then El Mundo. But yeah, there wasn't many. Like I don't know if you found that as well.
Yeah, I think when I first joined, I think the only two that really popped up for me were yourself and Super Nerd Simon as well.
Yeah,
like
Super Nerd. Yeah, that's right.
That was it, and I was like, you know what, like at the time I was. All my collection were in boxes, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get a game out. I'm gonna do a little thing because I've got a collection. It's just not on sure. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But like you guys like encouraged me to do it. You know, that was like the starting point. And even at the very beginning, I'd never put my face on camera. I'd just show the game and then some gameplay after, and put my voice over the top of it. But then eventually, obviously seeing yourself, just putting your face on camera, I thought, you know what. I'm not that ugly, so I'll get a try.
I know, and that was again. I spoke about that to Marv as well because I'm quite a shy, like reserved person. I mean, a lot of people probably don't think I am, but I genuinely am. Like, if I was in a group with like 4 or 5 people, I'm the one that's sitting back quiet. I don't try and dominate the conversation. Although when I'm sitting speaking like one-on-one with someone, I can talk for Scotland. Like it was easy to speak to Marv. Obviously, I've known yourself for a while, so it's easy to speak to you. But yeah, I was never that confident. So it took a lot for me to go on camera as well, because for ages I didn't. I just showed the games, and when I streamed, I had my phone set up. I was behind the camera. And then I thought, right, I'm going to go in front of the camera. And then it did sort of give you, I don't know if you found it, but a little bit of a confidence that I never had before. And I'd never really had a lot of confidence. Like even growing up, I wear contact lenses. I've got mega thick glasses that like literally like Penfold out of Danger Mouse. If I wear my glasses, I'm like it's super thick. I had like, the boy band hair and everything like that. Like looking back, I'm like, God, no wonder I didn't have much confidence growing up with what I look like. But yeah, it has. It's gave me like a bit of a confidence and stuff. Not like arrogance or cocky or anything like that. Just just a little bit more confident to be able to just do a podcast like this. Like, 20 years ago, I never thought I'd be able to do something like this. I'd be like, oh no, I couldn't do that. But yeah, now I enjoy doing stuff like this or going live. If I didn't have to work full time, I would go live all the time and play games and speak to people through chat and that. But obviously, I'm not able to do that with having a full time job. But I do enjoy it. I think you're probably the same as well.
Yeah, like if you watched like my videos from 3 years ago when I first started doing it, like I was very like monotone and I picked up this game today and it's Crash Bandicoot. But like now, like I don't know, I feel more comfortable just like going to being a bit silly at times as well, So I guess the main message is for anybody who's maybe wanting to start doing stuff like this, just do it, and don't worry about, maybe sounding silly or just feeling like you're not confident enough, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, does it? Like your confidence will come over time, won't it?
Yeah. And we're all just winging it. Like I think some people think, like I look at a lot of videos as well, like yourself, like your videos, and then like Sam's videos, that they're so professional, and then my videos, I'm like, they are not professional in the slightest. And it's literally just my phone recording stuff. But I think people think, oh, I've got to have all this equipment, I've got to do this. So you don't. Like if just do what you want to do. Like if you're quite engaging and you just be yourself, people will come and watch your stuff and things like that. There's no like magic formula doing it. Like, yeah, we've got some people have got big accounts and stuff like that, but there was no like surefire way of getting it. Like I was quite lucky because it was COVID times. A lot of my followers came at that point where everybody was home and everyone was just on TikTok, because all of a sudden TikTok exploded. But I think I say that to loads of people all the time. Just do it. Like there's so many people, when you look at their profiles, they've never posted a video, but when I'm speaking to them, I'm like, you're so funny. You know so much about retro gaming, or you know so much about certain things. And they're like, oh yeah, I've got like all this stuff. I'm like, why you not post a video? Like you should do it because you've got, but it's just maybe finding the confidence to do it. But yeah, like if I can do it, anyone can do it. And because I'm a 43-year-old man doing it now, and it's but yeah, I think some people are just put off by it. But no, on it, 100%, go for it, like you say.
Yeah, definitely. Right, let's go back to Shiver's question.
Let's get back. Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
Sorry, Shivers. Right. So Shiver's question was, if you could make your own game, what would it be, and would you voice or star in it as a character?
So I wouldn't star in it, and I wouldn't voice in it, because this is something, and it sort of relays back to my 100% game, is I would love if they made a game. So if I had the choice here that I could make this game, I want to make a Simpsons game that's like Grand Theft Auto, so a massive open world to Springfield that you can just go around, do whatever you want, get missions like Grand Theft Auto, and there'll be missions like Simpsons Hit and Run type missions within that. Obviously, you had Road Rage as the game, you had the Simpsons skateboarding game for PS2. I would love to make a game that had all of that together, a big open world, but in Springfield. Wow. I think that would be absolutely awesome. Yeah. So that's my one. That would be my one. I wouldn't star in it. Maybe if I was making a game, I'd maybe have myself as a wee retro shop somewhere. I'd have to do that, I suppose. But I would love that. I think like an open world Simpsons game would just be absolutely brilliant. I just can't believe I've never done it, to be fair.
Yeah, could you imagine? Yeah, I'm just envisioning that now, just everything all in one. Like, you could just go to the skate park if you wanted, and do the skateboarding. Or I don't know, you could think, right, I need to do a taxi job or something, and do like was it Road Rage? Yeah, that would be amazing.
Because just all the different characters in The Simpsons as well, all the different places you could go, like Moe's Bar, and have challenges there, like in GTA, where you used to go to the bar and you could play like darts or things like that. You could be doing stuff like that within Moe's Bar. Like, I just can't believe they've never done how long The Simpsons has been running, and the games that predominantly more came out on the PS2, like Hit and Run, The Simpsons game, which I know is a platformer type one, but that and like Road Rage and stuff like that. I'm like, they were such brilliant games, and I was like, how has nobody like made an open world of The Simpsons yet? Like, I can't, I don't understand. Especially it's still. I mean, does The Simpsons still running now as well? Is it not? like the cartoon, you know, finished, and it's still going.
Still going, yeah.
I just can't believe I've never done it. So for me, Shivers, that would be my one. I would make a Simpsons open world game like GTA, but chuck in all those other PS2 games that came out in the Simpsons and put them into it as well. That'd be my answer.
I reckon if Blue's listening, he'd probably want you to be groundskeeper Willie.
100%. Groundskeeper Willie with my kilt and an England top on, or a Man City top.
Yeah.
That's what he would have me in. 100%. That's what he would have me in.
Yeah, I like that. I really do like that. That's a really good one.
What about
yourself?
So what you been hit with me?
Yeah. I think initially I was trying to read too much into this question, and I was thinking if it was a brand new game, you know, like a brand new story that nobody knows about, what would it be about? And I struggled for ages. And I was thinking about like some of like the book ideas, you know, from writing and stuff. Like if any of those could be turned into a game. But then I thought, no, let's not overcomplicate this. And I did something similar to you. But it's The Last of Us, because I'm a massive fan of The Last of Us. But there's like a 20-year gap from when the infection breaks out to where The Last of Us starts, if that makes sense. So in the first game, you play as Sarah, Joel's daughter. When the infection bursts out, she dies, and then it's 20 years later. So I kind of want to know what happens in that 20-year window, because like Joel and Tommy, his brother, apparently they're really bad people, and they do like kill lots of people and stuff. So I think it'd be good to see what happens in that. And yeah, I'd be in it. Why not? I'd be a cooker or a bloater. Or something like that.
That would be cool too, because that's one thing that I always say this to my missus when it comes to like zombie things and that. You never get the story at the very beginning to when the outbreaks happen. So you think of like, I know, like Dawn of the Dead, like the games like the Dead Rising games or 28 Days Later, all these sort of zombie things. It's always once it's happened, and obviously it's a zombie, or World War Z. You don't ever get even like the build up to it happening, and a lot of the time it doesn't actually tell you why it happened either. It's just, oh yeah, they're zombies. That's it. It doesn't actually tell you. So that's I think that would be cool, like a sort of prequel type thing to find out what happened. Yeah, I would definitely be on board for that one. That's a really good one.
Have you been watching the TV show, the new season?
I've seen the first season. I've not watched the second season yet, because I think is it on week, or is it actually all on now?
Yeah, so they're up to episode 3 now, so it comes out every Monday.
So I'll wait for it to finish, and then I'll just binge it, because I watched the first season with the wife, and she quite liked it, but she just felt it dragged on too much. It could have been done in like a couple of episodes. And then there's a guy that she used to work with in her old job, that the pair of them mess each other all the time in regards to, oh, you watch this program, have you seen this one? And that's how a lot of the time you get our programs that we watch. And he ruined something that happened in it, which is the big thing that happened in the game, obviously, which I knew was coming.
Yeah.
But I didn't know like at what point that might happen. And then Charlene was like, "Can I ask you something?" I'm like, "I know what you're going to ask me here." And then, does such and such this happen? Hopefully nobody breaks my code there, what I'm talking about. But I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, I'm not fussed for watching it. She was like, I thought the first season dragged on too much. So I'm just going to wait for season 2 to finish, and then I'll watch it. But I really liked the first season. I enjoyed it. What about you? Did you enjoy it? Because I know how much you like the games. So did you?
To be honest,
enjoy it?
The first season, there's probably like 3 or 4 instances where I've literally been crying watching it.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because like I don't know, like the way that they've acted it out and performed it, it's just so spot on. And yeah, there's just parts where I'm just like fighting back tears and stuff. But yeah, the new season, I won't spoil it. But yeah, you've got to watch it. But episode 2 is absolutely brutal. Yeah, like I watch it with my son. My son's 18. He's a massive like game fanatic as well, and I was sat next to him watching episode 2, and there was a part in it, and I was just like trying not to cry next to him. I was like, I don't want him to see me cry. So then, anyway, credits rolled, and I had to like go, good that, weren't it? But then I watched it again the day after, and I was bawling my eyes out. Honestly, just like, yeah, it's really
played
good.
The games then? Has he played the games? Did he enjoy them as much as you did? The games?
He's played them, but he didn't enjoy them as much as I did. I think I kind of like forced it upon him that he had to play The Last of Us and Part 2. But he's played all sorts. He's really into his like hack and slash games, so like Devil May Cry and God of War and stuff like that. But yeah, like game adaptations, for like TV shows and stuff. He's not really watched many, so like The Last of Us is like, oh, I've played the game, so I know the story, and he really enjoyed the first season. So he actually came to me and goes, "Dad, you want to put 2 for Now TV so we can watch The Last of Us?" I was just going to pay for it. I was like, "Oh, if you say so." He gets his own money now, so that's
Have you watched the Fallout season then? Season 1 of Fallout? I know you've not played the games, but you wouldn't. It would help if you knew. I mean, you probably know the story of what the games are about anyway. So you don't really technically have to have played the games to watch and enjoy the program. But it was good. Like, I really enjoyed season 1 of that, and obviously they're filming season 2 at the minute as well. So I'm looking forward to that coming out as well.
There's a Borderlands movie as well, isn't there?
Yeah, I've never seen that. I've played the first Borderlands game. I think it was on the 360 or the Xbox One, whatever it was, and I loved it. I thought it was brilliant, but I've never played any of the other ones. And then I saw there was a movie, but I heard a bit of mixed reviews on it, so I've never actually got around to watching it yet.
I think Kevin Hart's in it, and then the little robot is Jack Black, apparently.
Oh, is it? He's everywhere now, eh, Jack Black?
I know. Doing all the video game movies.
I know, that's it. He must be making a fortune.
Right, we'll move on to his last question, which is, what's the most expensive game in your collection?
So I've not really got like a mega expensive game, if I'm honest. So I think you're going to definitely trump me in this one. But the most expensive game I've got would probably be Turtles Hyperstone Heist on the Mega Drive. So it's probably about £100 game. The only thing is I don't have the manual for it. But it is probably the most expensive game I've got. To look at my collection though, you would think that this, I'll just show you it now, would be the most expensive game I've got. I don't know if you can see that. So that's Snatcher on the Mega CD. So that, if you can see it from there, manual and everything, that goes for about £550. Believe it or not, that is a repo. That cost me £20 on eBay. And it looks, I would never be able to tell the difference, even on the disc, the printing and everything. And I was like, I would never pay that sort of crazy money for a game. But when I saw that £20 on eBay, I was like, I'm having it. So I've got it set up on my shelves here. So if like a retro gaming person came in, they'd be like, oh my God, that's like such an expensive game. But
it looks legit as well.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't believe how good it looked for £20. Even the manual. So I don't know how well this will come up on the camera, but like the manual is literally perfect. Like it's the same sort of feel to any other manual for a Mega CD. It's unbelievable how good quality that is. And yeah, it's a repo.
That's got to cost more than £20 to make that, surely.
Yeah, I would have thought so, because I've got that, and I have got a repo of Sonic CD as well, which again I paid. But with that one, you can sort of tell a little bit on the art. It probably won't come up on the camera, but to look at it, you can sort of see it a little bit on that. And even the manual paper's not quite the same. But yeah, that Snatcher one, 100%. I would never ever be able to tell the difference if I had the genuine one and that in my hand. So my real one's Turtles. My fake one would be that Snatcher game.
Well,
you're going to hit me with something amazing here. I know you're going to have something good here.
To be honest, no. I say no, but so a few days ago, I checked. I've got an app called Game Eye where I log all the games that I've got, just in case I'm in a charity shop or something, and I see a game and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I've got that. I can just go on my app and see if I've got it. But what it does, it gives you like an average price of how much they're selling for currently, like on eBay and Amazon and all them other places. But it's not always accurate. But a couple of days ago, it would have been Tombe on the PS1. So I think a few days ago it was going for like £202. But another game has beat it, which is Jackie Chan Stuntmaster.
No.
But Jackie Chan Stuntmaster average is about 175. So Tomby's actually dropped in price in the last couple of days by about 40 quid.
Jeez.
So it's like 161 at the minute.
I thought they would have been quite popular games that came out too, because like again, when I do like the Game Stick lives, they're quite popular games that people always ask about. So to me, I would have thought there'd be quite a lot of them in circulation. So I wouldn't have thought they would be like big hitters, as I like to call them. That's mad.
Yes, I don't know what it is. So what Jackie Chan Stuntmaster? I don't think it was like heavily promoted back in the day because I used to buy PlayStation magazine and see what was coming up and stuff. I never saw anything about Jackie Chan Stuntmaster, and then I went into a local game market, and it was on the shelf. I'm like, whoa! I didn't know Jackie Chan was doing a video game, and I love Jackie Chan. Anything with Jackie Chan, can take my money. But yeah, I think it was. Well, I want to say same for Tomby, but with Tomby they did a demo, a free demo disc with PlayStation magazine. I don't know, like loads of people would have played the demo, but not have owned the game. But yeah, I guess not a lot of people bought the game off the back of the demo, so maybe that's why it's so rare and expensive.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, that's a couple of good ones there.
Cool. Let's move on to Play on Words, our favorite game. So again, I've thought of 3 Mega Drive games, and hopefully you've thought of 3 PS1 games.
I have indeed. Yep.
Cool. So do you want to take it in turns again?
Yeah, can do. Like, yep. So my first one is Dweller Good.
Dweller Good.
Dweller Good.
Dweller Good. Something bad. Is it something bad? Dweller.
I thought you would have got this one. This is my easy one. I thought you would have got it.
Is bad the second word?
No.
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 So it's Dweller Good.
Dweller Good.
Dweller Good. Dweller.
I think of a clue in case you ask me, but we've not talked about it tonight. 9 times out of 10 when we do these, we've already talked about the game, but we've not mentioned this game tonight.
I've not got a clue. Dweller Good. Yeah, Dweller Good.
I would say if you need a clue, it's probably it's up there. I would say it's probably one of the most iconic games on the system. Definitely top 5 anyway. If you mentioned PS1, this game would be mentioned, I would think, or the series of games.
Dweller Good. I've not got a clue.
No pressure, but this could be the first one that we've not got.
I know, yeah.
Because we've got them all before. So let's hopefully see if any of the viewers have get it.
Yeah, Dweller Good. I might have to come back to that one.
Okay.
I'll go with one of mine, and then I'll have a think.
Go for it.
So your first one is Mega Dangle Off.
Mega Dangle Off. Super Hang On.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well done.
Oh, nice. That was a good one. It was on off. I had to try and think of what's got
Yeah.
on in it. Nice. I like that one.
Good.
Right, here we go. My second one then is Even Earth.
Even Earth. Oddworld.
Yeah, you've got
That was a good one, that. I like that one. Easy one, that one.
it. I thought that was my medium one.
I reckon you'll get this one. Professor Mechman's Angry Pea Contraption.
Oh, it's got to be Dr. Robotnik's Mad Bean Machine. Is
Yeah,
it
I'll give you
Mean
that.
Bean Machine or Mean Bean
Mean
Machine,
Machine.
whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I thought it's too long of a title that you'll just get that straight away.
Yeah, that's it. You made that one too easy for me.
I should have done that one
Right,
first.
that's it. Right, here we go. So then the last one here is City Mayhem.
City Mayhem.
City Mayhem.
City Mayhem. City Mayhem.
I've got quite a good clue for this one as well, if you need it.
So when you say city, I'm thinking town, but I can't think of like anything. City Mayhem. Go on, I'll have a clue.
So again, I got this from one of your videos that you've posted. So I go through your page and it's a game. Remember this game or whatever? So you've posted it. I never noticed the date, but I didn't scroll too far. So maybe.
Urban Chaos.
Yes, that's it.
I was thinking of it like I thought urban. I forgot the second word, and then I just saw it on shelf.
I loved that game. I absolutely loved that game when it came out.
Yeah, like I don't know why, but I love that game as well. But at the time, it was voted for the worst game of the year. Like
Yeah,
at the
I
time,
remember it getting slated. Yeah, I remember, and I thought it was brilliant. I loved
very
it.
good game. Yeah,
I liked it.
right. Your last one.
Right, here we go.
Magazine area.
Magazine area. You notice I'm looking at my games there, trying to see if I see any. Magazine area. Magazine area. No, see, it's not Paperboy, is it? No, that would be that.
Not Paperboy.
Magazine area, paper area. What was me? Oh, I think you're going to get me here. Magazine area. That's a really obvious one that I'm going to kick myself.
I think so.
Magazine area. No,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
tough
think
enough.
with that.
I can't think of any. I can't think of any clues either. That'll just give it away.
Magazine area. I'm gonna have to have a think of that. I'm going to have a think and push my one back onto you.
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
I cannot get that. Magazine area. No, you've got me there. I think you've got me.
What was that first one again?
So my one was Dweller Good.
Dweller Good.
Dweller Good.
And it's a popular PS1 game. Dweller Good.
One of the most popular, I would say. Probably one of the first ones that if you said to me, name a PS1 game.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Dweller Good.
See, I'm looking at my games now while you're turning around to try and see if I can get this magazine one. I do not have a clue what that is.
No. You know what? I think it's going to be a first. I'm going to kick
I know. I think
myself.
you've got me.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
you want
say
that?
I can't do it. Yeah.
Right. Resident Evil.
Oh.
I thought you would have got that so easy because, like, dweller when you're a resident, a dweller, and then obviously good instead of evil. I thought you would have got that
Yeah.
straight away.
No. I got bad stuck in my head, like good and bad.
Uh,
And then I
yeah,
couldn't think of anything else for bad.
and dweller is like that's what a lot of the dwellers are in Fallout and stuff as well. That's what they call them, like the sort of resident of the different places and stuff. So yeah, that was my play. And I don't have a clue what yours is. Magazine area.
Are you ready?
Not a clue. Yeah, I'm gonna kick myself.
Comic Zone.
Oh no. I've never really got that. I don't think. I don't have that game.
Oh,
So
do you
even
not?
looking up, no, even looking up here is not going to help me in the slightest because I don't have it. But no, I never really got that. Now you say it, it's so obvious.
Yeah.
But I just kept thinking. I thought I had it when I said Paperboy, paper magazine, but no, never really got that.
Yeah, it's the first for both of us. I'm glad we both got one wrong.
Me too.
Nice one. Right, we're coming up to the final section of the episode, which is keep, remake, delete, and as promised, we have chosen 3 Sega Mega Drive games today to mix it up a bit. So the 3 games up on trial are Rystar, Ghouls and Ghosts. Is it Ghouls and Ghosts?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I always get the wrong way around. I always say Ghosts and Ghouls, but I think it is Ghouls and Ghosts, actually.
And the last one is Road Rash. So we've got to...
No, you're right. I'm just checking now because I started doubting myself. But
yeah, Ghouls and Ghosts. Yeah.
So you're spot on.
I was getting mixed up. Yeah, so we've got to keep, remake, delete, Rystar, Ghouls and Ghosts, and Road Rash. So shall I go first? Because
you go first. I think I've went first a couple of times. So yeah, you go for it this time. See what you say.
Yeah. Okay. So I've changed my mind about 3 times about this today, thinking about it. So I'm going to go with the remake first. I would remake Ghouls and Ghosts, but make it into like a proper horror game.
Oh, good shout.
So yeah, I could just imagine.
Please tell me you'd make it easier as well, because it is the hardest game in the history of the world. That game.
I was just going to say that it's too hard, so we need to make it easier. But it's it's a game that everybody loves as well. But yeah, I would remake it. I would make it like obviously in like a 3D world, but I would turn it into like a horror game rather than just like a. Because I don't know, like when I first imagined like a remake, I don't know, I was thinking like Medieval on the PS1.
Oh yeah.
But I thought it'd be good to, go the other way and turn it into like an actual horror. Yeah,
that would be pretty cool. Because there's loads of different like character things that do pop up in the game, and some of the end bosses are pretty freaky looking as well. So yeah, that's a cool wee twist. Actually, I like that. And
then Rystar and Road Rash. These are the 2 that I kept changed my mind about. I'm just gonna rip the bandage off. I would keep Rystar. I think. I know.
Right.
I knew.
That's me. I'm away. Sorry, I'm gone.
Come back.
No.
I know. I knew that. Right. I'll tell you why. So, Rystar. I used to go to the Blockbusters when I was a kid, and that was the only game that I never had, and I would always rent it because I absolutely loved it. I did have Road Rash as a kid and absolutely loved that as well, but Rystar now is a £100 plus game to get.
It's not cheap. I know.
And I know somebody who does have it, Super Nerd Simon.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. You keep seeing it on the shelf. I'm like, but yeah, I would keep Rystar, just because I don't feel like I've played it enough, and it'd be so nice to keep it. Whereas with Road Rash, I've played the absolute hell out of it, and although it is really fun, it doesn't change that much. Obviously, with Rystar, there's like different levels and stuff like that. But Road Rash is just a racing game, so I think on that basis, I would delete it.
So this is going to be the final episode of Pixel Pals now, I'm afraid, everybody. But no, the thing is, though, that like that in a nutshell is like the beauty of gaming, and like retro gaming especially, because your answer there is because of the nostalgia of that game, to what you remember going to rent that game and playing it like that. And even though you had like Road Rash and stuff, it's thinking back to when you were a kid that you really wanted that other game because you rented it so much. And like to me, that's what like this like the retro gaming nostalgia is all about for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, my retro gaming nostalgia is different to yours, but I think that's why I love it so much, and other people then love to see it because they see a game and think, oh man, I've never played that game or seen that game in years, but I remember when my mum or my dad used to take me to Blockbusters and we'd get to rent a game, and it was that game, and the next week or 2 weeks later I'd rent it again, and that's it. That's exactly it. It's just that triggers the memory. So
yeah. Just finding that inner child. He just really wants to go back to being a child again, and yeah, Rystar is one of those games. Like,
yeah,
I'd love to
funny
have
too.
it. But... Oh, go on.
Oh no, on you go. Sorry, no, on you go.
I was going to say I'd love to have it, but it's so expensive, and you find that's the case for a lot of games, in it. Like you used to play as a kid. Yeah.
It's mad. Like even like some of the consoles and things I used to have, and then you just gave away to like cousins or went to charity shops. And there's certain games now that I know I had, and I'm like, God, that's like a £50 game now, or like you say, £100 game. But at the time, you never thought nothing of it. Even like a prime example of this as well is I don't know if you know like Danielle Games. Have you ever seen her video that she took all our PS1 games back in the day and took them out the boxes and just kept the discs? And remember, you used to get like the folders that people used to put their mixed CDs in. And it would be like, oh, that she kept all her PS2 games in that and chucked all the boxes. And that's what she kept. And then she done a video of years ago now, but I think it sometimes pops up on like her memories, and she'll maybe repost it occasionally. And she's like, what was I thinking? And I was like, but that's what you were like. You wouldn't have like, I used to play, like open up a game. So say that was your game, you would open up, take the disc out, and you just chuck the box. You didn't care like in those days, and it would be, games would be battered, and like the amount of Mega CD games that I stood on the box, and the box was all cracked, and the instruction manual was ripped and things like that. But you just, when you were younger, you just didn't think of it. It was going to be worth money later on, or there was no point in keeping it nice and fresh and or mint or minty or whatever they like to call it nowadays. But yeah, it was just, you didn't think like that, did you, when you were younger?
Yeah, I was saying with like Pokemon cards. Like back then, I had like some proper, really expensive Pokemon cards, not knowing at the time they were that expensive. And then I think I turned like 13, 14, and I just chucked them all in bin because I'm like, I don't need these anymore.
Yeah,
like looking back,
loads of people. There's maybe loads of people done that with Pokemon, I bet, because it's huge now, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
let's not depress ourselves with that.
let's hear your take then.
So my take on this was, so you've got keep, remake, delete. See, that this was one I struggled with, was actually Road Rash and Ghouls and Ghosts, to what one I would actually remake. And in the end, I've just changed my mind again though, because I'm like, I like both of them, but I really, really, really love Road Rash.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, I'll remake that. That'd be the one I'd want to remake. But have you ever played the PS1 version of Road Rash or the N64 version of Road Rash?
I've played the PS1 version, yeah.
And they're absolute dog shit. They're so bad compared to. But they probably aren't that bad if that was your first time playing Road Rash as the game. But because I was so used to like Road Rash 1 and 2 on the Mega Drive, and I just loved them so much, to me, that is like, that would be a remake of that. And I'm like, how good could you actually make Road Rash again? But I think I would still actually remake it just to see the mechanics of it nowadays, with the graphics we've got nowadays, what you could actually do with it. My thinking as well is that if you could somehow get it into like your VR, how cool that would be. So you know how you get on the VR. Imagine playing Road Rash. So you're sitting there, and you get the chain, and you could be like looking at somebody on the bike and whacking them with the chain or hitting them with the bat, and then you've got the police chasing you and things like that. I think if we could get that sort of a good working VR one as a remake, I think that would make it. I think that would be pretty cool. But I mean, again, I don't know how achievable that would be, but I would love to see it if they could do it. So that, I think, would be my remake, just with a little bit of a twist on it.
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea.
And this is the one again that I then struggled with, is what one to keep and what one to delete. Because how hard Ghouls and Ghosts is, I was like, could we not just maybe delete it from history, that I've never actually seen that game because it just annoyed me so much. I never had it on the Mega Drive or that growing up. It was only in the arcades I ever played it.
Okay.
I never had it like on a home console or anything, but I just remember spending an absolute blooming fortune trying to play it. So I'm like, do I want to erase that from my memory? Rystar again was another one. To be honest, I never played that when I was younger. It's only been over the last sort of 5 years that I've played it. I don't own it or anything like that. Again, it's been through like emulation playing it, but I think again, because of the nostalgia side, and this could be where you hang up your headset on me now, I would probably keep Ghouls and Ghosts, and then I would probably delete Rystar, I think, because I've not really got an attachment to that game, nostalgia-wise. I think that's probably why I would delete it. I think that Ghouls and Ghosts would just be kept, as much as it pissed me off and like enraged me to how many times I died playing it. I think I would have to keep it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think your reasons are good. Like Road Rash in VR. Yeah, that would be mental, wouldn't it? What would happen if you fell off it though? If you fell off your bike?
Yeah, that's true. You'd have to make sure you're sitting on the couch or that.
Strapped to your chair.
That standing up. I just think that would be pretty cool, just a different twist on it if it was doable. Because I know you've got the VR Forza, which I've never played, but it does look pretty cool when you're like sitting in the car and you can obviously tilt your head and see. So I'm like, I wonder if that would work for Road Rash. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, they'd have to make it so you could never fall off. Just like your engine cuts out or something. I don't know. Imagine just like flipping and you've just got. Your headset on. Cool. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, I think, like I said, I think they're really good choices. Like, I get it with Rystar, especially if you've not really played it until like as you're older, and like you said, like in terms of like nostalgia, for you, it was about Road Rash and Ghouls and Ghosts, which makes sense.
Good that was 3. That was probably the hardest week I've had to try and think of what I was going to do in regards to keep, remake, delete. The previous podcasts I've thought about it and I've been pretty stuck to my guns with my choices, but that one I went back and forward quite a few times, to be honest, because I couldn't quite decide I wanted to do it. So that's definitely been the toughest one for me, to be honest.
Yeah, like I said, for me it was it was between Rystar and Road Rash, but yeah, at the end it was. I think I was always going to keep Rystar. I couldn't see like a remake for it. I'm not sure how that would work, like in a 3D world. But Ghouls and Ghosts, yeah, I'd love to like see that, but in as a horror movie, as a horror game rather than just like an arcadey type game. Yeah,
I like that twist. That sounds cool.
Cool. Well, I think that's it for another episode. Episode 3. We just about got through it. My voice has started to go now. Obviously, still not 100%, but yeah, I guess we'll just take this opportunity to plug ourselves. So do you want to go first?
Yeah, so it's just RetroSega81 for myself, as usual, predominantly on TikTok. I've been posting a little bit more on YouTube at the minute, but it's mostly just YouTube Shorts, to be honest. But yeah, I'm also on like Facebook and Instagram. I need to try and up my games over there a little bit and try and get more videos and stuff out. But yeah, at the moment it's predominantly TikTok. I've done the odd Twitch stream recently as well. I've got back into that over the last month, although I've not done one this week or last week, so I'll maybe try and squeeze one in this week. But again, all my socials are just RetroSega81.
Nice one. And for me, it's the Yorkshire Gamer on TikTok. And yeah, I'm on the other socials, but I don't really post on them. Post on YouTube now and then, like you say, just shorts, but it's usually just duplicates of what I've posted on TikTok anyway. So yeah, just stay on TikTok. That's best place. And if you are listening on Spotify, we are on YouTube. So if you want to watch this episode in the flesh, then you can just search Pixel Pals Podcast on YouTube and we should pop up there. Yeah, great. Well, yeah, it's been lovely speaking to you again, Dylan. And I hope you have a great week.
Yeah, you too as well.
Any final words from you?
No, just thanks for listening, everyone. And if you do have any questions that you want to fire us for the next episode, I'd say either stick them in the comments of any of our videos that we post on TikTok, or there is a comment section on obviously Spotify and YouTube as well. So yeah, if you want your question read out on the next episode, get it in there.
Nice one. Yeah, thanks from me as well. Yeah, episode 4. We'll see what what's gonna occur in that one. Yeah, I guess I'll see you on the next one.
Sounds good. Cheers, guys.